Hey everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today we're going to talk about hairstyles for second, third, fourth, whatever-th day hair. Let's go. Listen, for some of us, every single day cannot be hair wash day. Sometimes it takes way too long, sometimes you're addicted to heat and would use way too much if you did. Or maybe you do wash your hair every day, but it gets weighed down through the day and you want something to use towards the end, towards the second half of your day. Whatever your situation is, I've got you. And in that effort, I will be doing all of this on my actual day 3 hair. And I've got to say, she's looking pretty good for day 3, especially considering that on night 1, I had a migraine and I went to sleep wearing my ice hat. This. I have no idea how my hair has any shape or volume or lift after such an experience, but it does and I'm very glad. I'll be honest, a big part of extending the life of your wash is partially the products that you use and partially the blowout techniques that you use. So we are gonna cover both in today's video, intermixed among the actual hairstyles on this hair. So we have a lot of ground to cover and I'm really excited to teach you guys a lot of the stuff I know about this. Big thank you to IGK for sponsoring part of today's video. I have been using and loving their products for years. You guys have seen that and I am honored and thrilled to be working with them on today's video. All that being said, I'm gonna take you guys to my freshly rolled out of bed hair and show you how I refresh it, and then we'll move on into some hairstyles. Let's go. Okay, let's refresh this hair. You caught me, I did already refresh it for the intro, so we took a step backward here, but now I can definitely show you the hair that I woke up with versus the hair that I transformed into. So just to quickly assess the state of my hair, the top here, hiding so many things. It doesn't look super oily, it feels a little oily, but I don't think it looks it. But then down here, you can see the clumpiness and the stringiness that is definitely very day 3. And I do feel like the roots are kind of weighed down, like they're not moving around as freely. And that's another way that I kind of know it is time. For my dry shampoo, I am using my tried and true favorite, the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. You're gonna shake, you're gonna apply to the roots. So I've talked about this dry shampoo all the time and I always forget to mention that it has a cooling effect on the scalp and it feels really nice right now. Also, it smells really good. And now time for the massage. I never want to forget this step. I love it. So the reason that this dry shampoo has been a favorite of mine for years and years is because I genuinely think it's the most absorbent dry shampoo I've ever used. It can make my hair come back from the craziest days and can still look good and amazing and refreshed, and I love it. In addition to making the most oil absorbing dry shampoo I've ever tried, IGK also make a lot of my favorite styling products. They're just all about products that work and are easy to use. Love to see that. IGK are also vegan, Leaping Bunny certified, cruelty-free, gluten-free, contain no parabens or sulfates, and formulated without mineral oil. And I think the biggest testament here is that I said, okay, I'm gonna wait 3 days, and then before I film my tutorial, I'm just gonna refresh it with this dry shampoo and my hair will look good enough to film. That's the biggest praise I can really give this. And at this point, I'm always a fan of adding in a little bit of moisturization or smoothing on the ends. So today I'm gonna use the IGK Best Life Nourishing Hair Oil. They did not ask me to talk about this one, but I wanted to use it. So you just get like a tiny bit on your hands and work it through. If you have thicker hair than I do, you could use more. I tend to use very little bits and then build up from there. Okay, and then the very last thing I wanna do is touch up my bangs. They looked surprisingly good yesterday, but I just wanna give them a little refresh real quick. And I'm just gonna do this one because the cowlick that lives over that ear kind of took over in the last couple days. So I'm just gonna fix him a little bit. Okay, I need the 2 sides to match. I'm sorry, I just added 2 sections. I feel like for me, that's pretty good. And in about 2 minutes, my hair has been refreshed. It is ready to go. I could walk out the door with my hair just like this, but we're obviously still gonna learn some more hairstyles that we could throw in if you wanted. I know a lot of you guys have asked me how I can make my hair stretch day to day. Part of it is using really good blow dry techniques, which I'll show you guys a little later in the video, and part of it is using the right products. That's why I love the Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. It just works so freaking well. It's so easy. If you guys want to check it out, you can shop it in the link in the description box. But that being said, it is time to move on to a hairstyle. Okay, Okay, I hate to pull this texture all the way up, but I have a really cool bun to show you guys. So let's get started with that. Okay, we're gonna make 2 ponytails so that we can get a nice lifted look from the side. You're going to start by making a slight diagonal parting from your ears to about the height of your eyebrows. Go ahead and pull that back into a nice loose ponytail. Don't forget to let out any bangs or tendrils and secure it in place. Then grab your hairbrush and really slick the bottom ponytail up and into place just below the first one. You wanna get this as nice and smooth as possible. It is a great time to go ahead and take care of any baby hairs. This is going to help us with making the bun, and it's also giving us a nice lift at the nape of the neck while keeping things loose and keeping your part in place on top. Now that you have your 2 ponytails, we are going to create the bun. I promise this bun is really easy. Stick with me. You're gonna take each of the ponytails and you're gonna tie it in a little half knot and then pin in the middle of the knot just to hold everything in place. That way you can like fully remove your hands and nothing's gonna fall apart. Now, optionally, if you have long hair, tie one more half knot just to make sure to use up as much hair as possible before we start tucking the ends. Because if your ends are like a foot long, that would be a little difficult. And now we just have to deal with the ends, and it's super easy. You're just going to wrap the top piece over the top of the bun and pin it in place on the other side. And then on the bottom, you're gonna wrap it around to the other side and pin it in place over there. And I can just mess with the bun however you want to make it that final little bit of perfect for you. For me, I fluffed out the ends that we wrapped around just a little bit, and I felt like the hair that we tied in a knot was kind of bumping up too much, so I pulled it down to the side and pinned it in place. And finally, I added a little accessory, and this hairstyle's done. Guys, this bun makes me feel so cool. I love the height. I love how intricate it looks without being fussy. It's just very fun and very easy to wear. You could throw it on with the LBD or with any cute little outfit as you're running around. It's so good. Okay, so that's hairstyle number 1, and we will get back to hairstyles in a second. But are you guys curious about how I styled my hair 3 days ago and it still has curl and shine and bounce? Because I'm really proud of it. I'm going to break it down for you so fast right now. If you guys want a more elaborate video on it, let me know, I can do that. But here we go, rapid fire tips for a long lasting blowout. Number 1, shampoo and conditioner that really works well for your hair. I use the IGK Legendary Dream hair shampoo and conditioner. This one gives moisture, shine, bounce to your hair. Also, I was shocked to learn that it was sulfate free. It was very, 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 very bubbly shampoo. And then once you're out of the shower, you want to apply the products that you need to correct any ways that your hair likes to act out or give your hair anything that it needs. So I go in with a leave-in conditioner always. You guys know this about me. This time I use the IGK Mistress Hydrating Hair Balm. This is super lightweight. It adds hydration and fights frizz. That goes middle to ends. And then I like to use a product that's going to help me with the styling side of things. So I use the IGK Good Behavior 4-in-1 Prep Spray. This one detangles as up to 24 hours of frizz control and protects hair up to 450 degrees. Basically perfect for blowouts, but their Good Behavior line is all formulated with spirulina protein, and it also helps to strengthen your hair. So I recommend checking it out. It's also really good at smoothing. So if you like the sound of that, check out all the products in that line. They're so good. And then you're going to go ahead and get as much water out of your hair as you can. If your hair tends to be a little bit more on the puffy side, you can run a hairbrush through with your hair dryer as you go. For me, my hair tends to be on the flat side, so I'm going to brush it up and in the opposite direction of where I want my hair to fall. That way, it's going to have a bit more volume. You don't want to put a lot of arm muscle into this step. It's really just to knock all the extra water out of the hair, and you can just let it dry in a towel for a while if you would prefer that. Then you're ready to pull out the round brush and flex your muscles. I like to grab a big old round brush and position the hairdryer so that it's blowing my hair away from my scalp, and I just roll the hair on the hairbrush until it's all the way dry. I do like getting that curve in there, especially as close to the scalp as I can, because it's gonna give you more volume. And I'm gonna do this in sections, taking really big pieces as I go. This doesn't need to be super detailed. This is mostly about just getting things extra smooth and fully dry. For the top section of my head, I like to dry things forward and curled in towards my face. That way you get a little bit more of a pretty kind of frame to the face, and I like it because it fights my little cowlicks on my hairline. I am gonna go in with another favorite product from IGK. This is the 1-800 Hold Me. You guys have heard me talk about this. It is a light hold hairspray that has heat protection, so it is safe to use before you curl, and it does add some longevity to the curl as well. Then I'm gonna go in with the curling iron. Yes, I do use the hair dryer and the curling iron. I keep the hair dryer on a low heat because I don't need all the heat when I'm drying it. I just wanna make sure that I'm smoothing everything into place because that helps get the nice long lasting blowout. But my hair does not like to curl with just a round brush and a blow dryer. So I do need the curling iron. And I'm gonna be going in really large sections with a 1 1/4 inch iron, curling away from the face, and then just grabbing that curl and clipping it up and continuing to go. We're not gonna do the whole like Velcro roller, crazy difficult work thing. We're just gonna add like 2 more seconds where we take a wave clip and clip it in, and that's gonna help the hair to cool in its place, and the curls are going to last so much longer because of that. The only caveat to this pattern is that I'm going to be curling my bangs toward my face and setting them to cool. I just like the swoop that that gives me. And then once everything is completely cooled, you can take out all the clips and run your fingers through, break up the curls, and I finished off with a little bit of IGK No Limit Dry Volume and Thickening Spray. This is a lovely burst of volume without giving you any kind of sticky or gritty texture, just giving you a nice little bit of lift. And for me personally, I feel like it helped my hair to look better as the days went on. And that is the blowout routine done. It is day 3, it is still looking good, and honestly, I really think my hair could make it through tomorrow as well. It is time well spent, and I hope that you guys try out any of these tips. It's so good. And all of these products are also linked in the description box below so you can check them out. They're also on Sephora.com for you to check out there as well. Okay, let's do another hairstyle. For the second hairstyle, I am actually leaving some hair down so we get to use this beautiful texture. This hairstyle is my own little remix on one that I learned from TikTok. I love it very much and I'm very excited to show it to you. Okay, let's get started. You're gonna start by taking a section of hair a few inches back from your hairline, and you're going to braid each section all the way down and hold your place at the end. Once you have your 2 sections braided, you're going to bring them to the back and secure it with an elastic. All right, braids pulled back, secured. Love to see it. We're gonna go ahead and move these out of the way. So I'm gonna move them forward and just let it sit here. I know it looks funny. It's a very awkward braid crown. She's ready for the mat, but I'm gonna let that hair sit forward and out of the way while I create my second ponytail. What is it with me and 2 ponytails today? Anyway, I am once again going to be parting from right above my ears to the height of my eyebrows, and I'm going to brush that hair back nice and tight and secure it with an elastic. Okay, now that the ponytail is secured, you're going to break the hair in half right behind the elastic so that you have 2 sections and a little hole in the middle. And you're gonna push the ponytail up and through that hole. That creates a topsy tail. Now that you have topsied the ponytail, it is very cute and perky and bouncy. We just need to deal with our braid crown here. So you're gonna take your braid crown back and over the ponytail, and then you'll pull the ponytail over top of the braid so that the elastic from the braid is now hidden under the ponytail. Tighten it up if you need to. And there is your adorable, perky, half up ponytail moment. I love it. I love that I could add braids to it. This just makes me wanna flip my hair all day long, everywhere I go. Let's keep it rolling to hairstyle number 3. We're gonna do a cute little braided half updo. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the same braid on each side. You're gonna start with a little section of hair up at the corner, part and hairline, corner. You're gonna split it into 3 and then begin Dutch braiding. And you're gonna braid this back diagonally until you've incorporated all the hair that's over your ear. Once you've braided all the hair over your ear, you're gonna switch to braiding normally for the rest of the hair and then hold your place at the end with the bobby pin. Then you wanna repeat the same thing on the other side. If you wanna save time, you could always Dutch braid just a little bit less, and that would save you a little bit of effort. Just a lazy hair tip for you from one lazy hair girl to another. And now once our braids are done, we're just going to pull them together in the back. Super easy. We're gonna tie a little half knot. Once again, pinning in the middle of the half knot to hold it in place. Then to secure the ends, on the end that is kind of hanging over top of the knot, I'm going to pull it around and pin up and into the braid to hold it in place, and that way the ends hang nicely from the knot. For the one that's closest to your head, it's so easy. You just take the bobby pin off the end of the braid and pin up and into it, again, holding it in place. And that's the hairstyle. She is cute and sporty, got a little edge, but a little sweetness. I love. And this has been my video on rocking day 3 hair. From the refresh to the blow dry to hairstyles you can wear. I feel like we all have a graduate level degree in 3rd day hairery. I wish that was a thing, so truly. Thank you again to IGK for sponsoring part of today's video. You can shop all of the products I used in the description box below. I highly recommend. You can't go wrong with this brand. But that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button to help support my channel. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and join the Braidaholic family here on Kayley Melissa. And all of you guys, please join the notification gang and hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I post a new video. But that's it for today. Whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye! Who is drag racing out there? It's not even the fun kind of drag racing. Do the audience know that I am a bit of a musical theater geek? As much as someone who is a single threat can be. Dance was my one threat. I was a dancer. Can you not tell?